Welcome back everyone to Forever Skies. I'm not a YouTuber, but my name is Giman Val. In our last episode, we raided not one, not two, but 10. 10 different POI in search for coffee. Well, I found it, but we sadly didn't get any seeds. So, with a heavy heart, I was forced to travel out here to the second region, where everything is noticeably more biological than industrial and apocalyptic looking. Maybe it's more apocalyptic looking. We're here on a standard wind farm, and I'm just grabbing anything of value, since no one else is around to stop us. And according to Noah, he has an underground kingdom or paradise that he wants to show us. I have no idea where or how he's gotten my number, but I wish he would delete it, and I am trying to ghost him in the hopes he'll stop talking directly into my helmet. I don't like it.
I did some exploring and, quite honestly, not much has changed. It's the same kind of loot in all locations. Maybe you get a few better data pads, but the biggest change is the fact that you find things like these crustapedes everywhere. You only maybe saw one or two of them in a greenhouse, but now they're just everywhere. And there's like one other change, I think, and it's out, 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 bees. Yeah, I could live without the bees. Anything with the bees. Otherwise, these locations are largely unchanged. Even with the abandoned whatchamacallums here, those don't really change much either. The largest change are these glowing eye fruits, eye flowers. Definitely eyeball fruits. They just look like eyes growing out of flowers, right? Big and glowy. Scanning them reveals that these are called luciferin fruits, though they'll always be eye melons to me. Luciferin fruits are consumable for raw energy, though it will ding your health a little bit if you eat them like that. Their other main use is for being converted into energy crystals. They're fairly new to the game since they didn't exist in this form previously in the last release. Their usage in generating energy crystals, though, is very important because previously crystals could only be farmed in dungeons and you'd have to repeat them over and over and over again to get the quantities you require. Crystals are slightly less painful now to acquire because it means you've now got two ways to get them, though really neither of these are renewable. Luciferin fruits currently do not drop seeds according to what I've seen on Reddit so far. But it's a start, and I'll happily take all the eye melons I can handle. And this next location is called an abandoned camp, and it's fairly interesting once you enter the buildings on the right-hand side of the POI.
Not too shabby. A little bit of water, a little bit of everything, but we're good. This part of the map over here, though, I'm a lot more interested in this. Namely because it looks like they were training something? God, who had the free time in the apocalypse to train their dog to do something? This is clearly the kind of, like, run you'd see at, like, pet shows. Great. Look at me, guys. We're all starving to death, but at least I taught Fido how to jump through a hoop. God. It's no wonder humanity died out here. I am pretty convinced at this point that everybody died. There are no survivors, and we're not going to find any. That is a... That's a dog bed. Yeah, these people had their priorities in the wrong place. You know, asking if I remember the forest when I was born on a ship in space, kind of not really that poignant. What's more concerning, though, is the fact that somebody had a damn dog bed. Holy crap. You know, actually, I take it back. I kind of would like a dog. Dogs are precious. Dogs are sacred. We love dogs. I could use a good boy right now. I am a little lonely. There's no one here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go on. Oh, look at the sad children. Oh, there are doggies in the apocalypse. There are sad children playing with blocks?
Hold up. The dog and a bunch of other stuff's drawn on. That just means it's all their imagination. Who the heck is training dogs in the apocalypse then? This is another one of those new types of locations that they added to the game with the most recent update. They created, I guess, some kind of falling building here. Just duck through. It's not a very challenging location to get in and out of, though it is certainly more interesting than the last one in the first area, which was just a small pad in the middle of nowhere. Just scan this real fast. Come on. Or not. Yeah, those are crystals. We're gonna need those for the rest of our journey. I'll just take a bunch here. And in case you didn't know, you can kill the little mini... I hope these are luciferin fruits. You can just kill those real quickly and get biomass off of them. That's gotta be the big old eggshell that whatever knocked this down came out of. I didn't see it though, so I have no idea what it is.
God, it looks like those... Oh my god, it is the bigger version of the luciferin things that were on the Desolate Light Tower. Yep, more eyeball fruits. That doesn't look healthy. It's got all those things growing all over it, all those burls and radioactive bullshit.
Infected greenhouse tower. Oh god, we brought them from the surface and we mutated them? Man, we made our own lemons. Screw life giving us lemons. We made the damn lemons.
You will die if you go in there. No shit, Sherlock. Alright, so the only thing I gotta do is destroy the things creating the radiation and the contamination stops. Well, I'm not going in there, because that's not worth my time. I have no way of dealing with this. That's gonna be a big no for me.
One eternity and one ADHD moment later, we are finally approaching our next actual mission objective. And this is the elevator that'll take us under the dust. I really hope we'll get some of my questions answered, but I'm not going to hold my hopes up for that.
Alright, so there's a computer that needs to be powered, and the power source is up there. I have to use Noah's key card, which I do not have on my person. Okay. Is that something I could even bother with? Let me scan it. Aha. The answer is yes, I can. And Noah's keycard requires some stuff I don't have. Excellent, the deck extractor. So I've got a mobile extractor in my hand. It's attached to my wrist, and it requires charging. This thing is a piece of beauty, and if I can craft it before we go down there, because this only lives on the ship, I would love to take it out for a test run. It is a fantastic device. Alright, deck extractor. It's a mobile turret. There's nothing for me to suck up right now, so it's not as fun. I gotta wait for the storm to pass. We'll definitely fly around a little bit and try it out. It's very, very fun. Okay, this absolutely has eyes, and that's a little unsettling. What even are you?
High hopes, low instincts. Okay, we're flying around right now because I want to find somewhere fun to really demonstrate how to use this deck extractor thing. And I think I've got an idea, but we're going to have to fly out a little bit further away from our objective. I know it's more running around, but I think this will be worth it. little bit of reconfiguration later, and I found the location where I'd like to demonstrate the deck extractor. So we're just going to bring the ship right down on in. I'm going to go up the ladder. If I can use ladders, run right over to the deck extractor, and then just point and click. I really like doing this from the air when I'm not in the location, because then I don't have to charge my gun, and I can just get everything all at once and focus on the exploring. The outer part of a command center is just like your standard wind farm, and I have no need to go through and show you guys that, so we're just going to get straight to the exploring of this really nifty central building, if I can get into it. And it's not this way. Alright. That's what the battery is. We're gonna jump down. Can I go this way? Nope. Alright. Mildly dangerous parkour. Yeah. Alright, let's go in and down. As soon as I just grab all this stuff right here. All that's going to be pretty useful in a bit. Ooh, is that a car? Car! Oh yeah, I'm going to have fun with that. I'm going to be way less bored when I'm sitting around by myself waiting for my ship to get places. That's going to go by my bed, I think. Careful. Nope. Looks like we're all good here. Oh, and a red thing. We can scan this. Duck. Come on, come on. Yes, the mini freezer. This is definitely something we needed before we go into the Underdust. This mini fridge is going to be very useful before we go down there. I say this because when you go down into the Underdust, there's always going to be a bunch of plants and biomaterials you can pick up, and a lot of it will spoil, and if I don't have a mini fridge, it's going to be absolutely terrible. I'm going to lose all of it, and I'm going to have to make return trips if I don't get the seeds. It's really not worth it. This is also going to help me with food storage for the stuff that I'm growing, because it means that I can save my produce, and I don't have to worry about using it as we go. And then, what the? Oh, well, that's silly. The bounding box is broken. I shouldn't be able to do that. Can I just? Yeah, yeah, I can. Oh boy, the devs got to fix that. Sev 1. And this is why I saved all that helium. I can make freezers. Freezers do not require external power like a battery source. You just put them down and they just go. Like I said before, once you stick something in the freezer, it, preserves it pretty much indefinitely. It's very handy, so we're just gonna make a spot to put it. I guess here will do. Sure. Let's grab all my produce now and I'll show you what I mean. Come on. Pick. There you go. Lobster peppers. Alright, so let's put, before we put this in, take a look and notice the expiration in 15 hours from now. The moment I put that in the mini freezer, it stops and suspends it, so it's frozen indefinitely. Okay, let's talk about these lights that I've been collecting but have largely been avoiding. You can put these on the floors, the walls, and even the ceilings of your ship, as long as it's, on one of those things. They don't really emit much light, and I don't really like building them. They're kind of ambiance more than they are functional, because they have an on-off, and the on-off's just kind of eh. They don't really emit that much light. It's not that great. This, however, is a standing light, and I just picked that up while I was down there, and I love these way more. These things have a really sweet on-off animation, and they just emit so much more light. Just look at that. It's already way brighter. It's got that smooth, buttery slide up and down thing. Really like it. You can place these on walls, I think, and chests, and you can place them on a couple of things, but they'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so let's just move that real quick, and oh, I guess you can't put that on walls. That would be kind of silly, I guess, because then you could have parkour challenges in the walls, based on these lights, and Oh my goodness, that would be absolutely crazy. Alright, so let's head back. Now I've done some preparation and inventory cleaning so that we can be underway, namely stocking up on some food and peppers for energy, a couple first aid kits, some stuff for water, charging all my peripherals, and getting some crystal batteries. You will definitely need crystal batteries going in there, but, I'll show you why in the next episode. Next episode, you say, yeah, we're gonna have to call it here. We've done a lot today in today's episode, and I'd like to fully be able to devote the next time we see each other to actually being down in the Underdust. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my channel and watch my videos, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a pleasant day. I'll see you on the flip side. We're like 5 episodes into this YouTube series, and I just gotta say, this has been quite a bit of fun for me so far, and it's been a very interesting process learning how to do YouTube videos. My first few videos were, of course, very long because you're trying to show you everything that, getting off the ground, and as we go through the game, I'm trying to show you less and less spoilers of going through everything and more of just highlights of gameplay and the entertaining bits. Because, again, I'm not a YouTuber, but my name is Giman Val. I'll see you all next time.